everybody can agree by asking what is on Osen planning, and we all can agree that we don't know a thing. The theorists are going crazy right now. What is Osen's planning? I myself am a guy who never ever have had any, mean, theory when it came to Kingdom, because for me, Kingdom is as real as it can be, even though it is still fictional. So there's always a system that says that there are some things that are stronger than the strongest, and there are some strategies that work better than the strategies. And everybody in the manga currently, right now, says that Shin China will not win this battle. They cannot win this battle, and that's what makes this so more exciting. Don't get me wrong, I don't like this despair, but why am I feeling this is exciting? Because if you think about it, if Shin China really do win this battle, which they must, they are the main characters, then can you imagine what an amazing middle finger that would be to every single one of these strategic? Oops, I think I'm late to the introduction, by the way. Yes, this is me, the Angry Anime Fan, to bring you the Kingdom Chapter 513. And as I basically said, not a single one of Shin China's opponents believe that Shin China can actually win this battle. It seems also that Jan really is allies to Shin China right now. Karin says that they're only going to commit suicide, and the same because according to her, the areas around this place here is ridiculously easy to defend, meaning that Zhao has an overwhelming advantage to all of this. The same is said for the Wei general. Huh. Did I already? Oh, that's strange. I lost his name. How embarrassing. He also predict that, and he is gonna use this opportunity to take out everything, because he's gonna keep tabs on this, and as soon as the Osen's army is annihilated, he will then push ahead to collapse the land of Shin. Karin has the same plan. However, she knows that Shin, I mean Wei general will push forth. Therefore, she intends to Wei to be stalled by Mobo's army, and then they will push right through. So every one of the enemy armies are all preparing for what they presume is Shin China's defeat. And it seems that this is actually a battle they cannot win. Even Ten freaks out more and more and more. I'm getting seriously tired that she's always freaking out about this. What happens in Yuntawa's words? Not be on edge. This plan is suicidal. That's what everybody agrees on. I mean, even Ohon, although he says this is made up his mind, we just have to go ahead. It is clear from his serious face that he himself is not exactly so convinced in this. It's also worth noting that Kanki, a guy of selfishness and extremely narcissism, even he do not know what Osen is planning. You got that? A guy that is so good in getting into people's heads. Even he cannot predict what Osen is thinking. However, he is saying this. He has known Osen apparently for a long time, even before they somehow became deputies of Hakuro, Mogo, General Mogo, who died of old age. This is actually one of the biggest mysteries that never was answered for me, actually. I mean, we got the Kanki arc, and then we got solidified that Kanki is a cruel and heartless person. But it has never ever been confirmed of why did such a heartless and cruel person ever serve someone as Hakuro? I mean, General Mogo. In my picture, wouldn't Kanki just have considered Mogo a waste of space? So why did he? I have no idea. That's one of the mysteries I actually wanted to know. But if I were to give a guess, I think it would have been because Mogo was average, and Mogo knew that. He was completely honest, and I think Kanki likes honest people. And I think that's the reason why he decided to serve Mogo, because Mogo admitted he was outclassed and needed Kanki's power. Also, that still doesn't actually answer the question though on why or someone like Orson would serve or Mogo temporarily. But then again, that is a as anything is making more clearer this Kingdom chapter, we cannot read Orson's mind. But Kanki does say that he never picks a fight he can't win. Even Orson's eyes is so full of mystery. I mean, we can practically think that he is thinking. He seems to continue giving thinking as they even do fight. And then the Yontawa army is breached out in order to deal with a strong general, almost like using allies as shields. Well, so much for teaming up with the Hishin unit. You are wasting their characters, you know. The supply lines, yeah, everything about this battle is just one big question mark. Because then suddenly Olsen decides that they're gonna make a detour, a bizarre move, the narrator calls it. They're changing towards a new destination, a destination that is a small castle city called Gotha, something that is not even related to Gyo and is still far away from Gyo. Why are they doing this? Ten cannot know. No one can know. They are basically just following their commander. What is. I mean, we can all agree. What the hell is Olsen's planning? Is he even planning at all? He sat down there on the floor trying to find out a plan. And then he said this battle will be a battle of wits against Riboku and me. So is it possible that Olsen is trying to pull some kind of mind tricking opponent on Riboku? Because there was someone who once wrote on the manga pages that I think he wants to kill as many small villages in Sao as possible, so then Kanki could infiltrate the Kanki army could infiltrate the castle of Gyo and open the gates from the inside. But that theory is actually that cannot happen. That is impossible for someone as big as that city. Then someone else was saying like. Is Olsen planning on drawing out the army of Gyo in hopes of having less people inside of there? Because if you think about it, I think Gyo have one single weakness, although we shouldn't exactly call that a weakness. It is to infiltrate it requires, well, it's dangerous and practically impossible. Then what would happen if you did get inside of it? Hmm? I mean, there have been some hints that even there can even be home field advantage inside a castle, but many castles have said that if an army of big manage to infiltrate a castle, then the castle is practically gone. So all Olsen needs to do is to get inside the city. How is he gonna get inside a city even he considered to be perfect in infiltrating? No freaking idea. Yeah. What is Olsen planning? He is doing some mind games here. Or, if we're gonna joke, is he improvising? For me, his eyes almost looks like he is improvising. It's not like he's thinking, but more like we're doing this, 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 this. This, as I said in the beginning of this review, no one expects Shin China to win this battle. Meaning that it is reckless beyond appeal, but there's 1% chance. Kanki says that Olsen always picks a fight he cannot win. So, and Olsen is a man who values his own life above everything else. I think he would have called it quits if he knew he couldn't win this. So, or is he planning on sacrificing everything and then escaping himself? Who knows? But I think we also got the first hint that Kanki is probably thinking of skipping this battle. As I said before, the character that Kanki is based on apparently fled after he was disgraced in a battle. So I'm just saying, is there some hint there? But Qin China cannot be allowed to lose too many armies. Every single one of the eyes of the people are on Qin China now. They are vulnerable. So one wonders what happens next. If by argument's sake we do think that Zhao do fall, then what? No idea. As I said before, this I cannot make a theory myself what Orson is planning. But is he planning on taking all the small cities around Guo and taking their supplies and perhaps trying to find if there's secret inside the towns there too? There's no way that Ribuku haven't thought that far ahead himself. Every single one is following Orsons blindly. That can be dangerous. So give me your thoughts if you have any.